I was just at the gym and I was training really hard because there was a guy I knew and he was training hard as fuck, and it inspired me to train harder and push myself harder. And I remember a conversation that I had with this guy not long ago, and he kept falling off of his diet and falling off, and he got in really good shape last year, and then he got really out of shape due to work and due to children and due to all this stuff, you know, the personal life stuff that happens, which is 100% okay. And he asked me in the sauna and the steam room, he's like, "You're big, you got amazing build. What do you do? How much do you work out?" And this interpiece my ego, this is what he said. And I said, "I work out about 3 times a week, and I just progressively, continuously get stronger and try to improve and try to get better, and I stay consistent." And he said, "I train about 5 times a week, and I can't fit it in." And I said, "Why don't you lower down the frequency a little bit?" And some of you are going to think, lower down? Why would you lower down the frequency? But when you're working full time and you're doing a lot of stuff, naturally it's going to be hard to adhere to a 5 day a week split. It's going to be very hard to adhere. And it's weird in a sense because I was in much better shape than him. And he trains more than me and he's trained longer than me. And it's because he can't keep it up. That was the main factor. And a lot of you guys can't keep it up. And it's crazy in a sense because a lot of us think we could do 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. But we can. Your body needs time to rest. Your body needs time to recover. And I would argue it'd be better if you train about 3 to 4 times a week, consistently getting stronger, consistently getting better over a 3, 4, 5 year period of time, instead of training here or there really hard for a month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe 6 months, and then taking 6 months off because you're burnt out and your body can't handle it, and then you rebound here or there, here or there. The progress you're going to make is going to be steady and better, if that makes sense. And a lot of guys on here, especially in this like self-improvement space and all that, will say work out 5, 6 times a day, 6 times a week, even not a day, imagine that, 6 times a week. And I've not been able to do that. And the reality is I've got better results than most people, to the point I get compliments and all that quite often. Like literally today I get compliments. All the time I get compliments. And that's beautiful in a sense, but that came from consistency over time, not consistency straight away like everybody does. They want consistency, but they don't actually keep it up because they can't. They can't, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not human really to be able to train 6 days a week hard. It's not human. And then you got to stick to your diet as well. If anything, the diet's more important anyway. In a sense, what you eat's more important for how you overall look. Obviously, the muscle gain and all that comes from progressively overload and how consistent you go. But on a real level, it's more important to actually get your diet in check, moreover, than all this. And that's what's in check with me most of the time. My diet's on check. And that's why I consistently see results. Like now I've leveled up again. And I'm getting compliments again, and I feel better again. I've leaned down. I've literally probably put on 8 pounds, 8, 9 pounds, I would say, of quite lean tissue, which is beautiful in a sense, you know. And I'm not as lean as I was before, but I'd argue around there. And I'm not going to say it's all muscle; it could be water weight as well. But on a real level, if you don't stay consistent over time and you have this almost in or all out mentality, you're either 100% in or you're out. You're not even in the game. You're not gonna see results like you want. It's the people who's consistent over time that see results. Same with this YouTube channel. If I weren't consistent over time, I wouldn't see any results. And it just comes down to this with a lot of stuff. And this is where I feel I got my edge over a lot of people, especially in dieting and getting in shape, is I'm just consistent over time. Whether consistent in different time zones, like essentially this 6 months, the next 6 months, I'm not going to do it, but this 6 months are going to go really hard. They're not on that same level of consistency, where I've got the different mindset where I'm just thinking I'm going to be consistent over time, achieve my goals over time. I'm going to push myself and push myself and push myself. I understand my body needs rest. I would argue you only need 3 days really to work out. Of course, if you've got the time, work out more, but 3 days is enough, especially when you got, say for example, I got an active job. 3 days is enough. And if you're able to be consistent for 3 days, you are going to be able to actually improve yourself and get forward. Whereas let's say the people who were trying really hard for a little bit of time and then gave up, but then came back to it and then gave up, and then came back to it and gave up here or there for 3 months. They tried for 3 months, gave up for another 2, 3 months, then tried for 6 months and then gave up again, and everything went to shit. They're not going to be able to achieve the same results as you. But if you stay on this steady path of consistency, diet, understanding, oh, this works for me better, this food works for me better, or this makes me act better. This is how I can stick to my diet. And then you start working out more frequently, or you don't even have to work out a ridiculous amount. 3 times a week, progressive overload, and literally pushing yourself. And then on certain exercises, try to get more reps. Have your diet in check. You'll see results. You see results, and that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. I've got an above average physique now, and that's beautiful in a sense. But on a raw level, it just came from that consistency. And people ask me all the time, "Well, you must live in the gym." I was out the other week. It's like less than a month ago, and I was in this club bar in the centre on the harbour, and this guy turned around to me. He was taller than me, but he was out of shape. He was like, "You must live in the gym. Well done, well done. You must live in the gym. You must live in the gym." I was like, I just don't. Like, you know what I mean? But I was like, oh, thank you. But I just don't. I don't. 3 times a week of real intensity is all you need. Moreover, 4 times if you really want to take the results up to the next level. But on a real level, that's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I feel like is the perfect fit for my life. I want to go more, don't get me wrong. If I was able to get that time freed up, I would go more. But at the moment, it's 3 times a week. Since September, since August last year, actually. August last year, it's been 3 times a week because I've been working more. So that's where I fit in. That's where I fit in. But before that, it's about 4 times. But I didn't achieve the same results. I was just cutting. I didn't actually have that much size. But now I've got more size, and it's amazing. And that's gonna be the real message. Be steady and concise. Don't just try to rush it. It's gonna take time anyway. Especially when you're natural, it takes time, and you're gonna have to build and build and build and build. And it takes time to see results. But after a while, you will see real results, and people will be like, "Oh, you look really good." Like, I'm 21. I get compliments all the time. People think I'm much older because of how I look. And it's good in a sense, isn't it? But on a raw level, it just came from consistency. Staying consistent. Slow and steady. Obviously, I do train with intensity, and I do put real tension under my muscles, and I do overload progressively. But it's not one of these things where I just go ridiculously hard, because I can't keep that up. And that's the real message. If I didn't have a job or anything, or if I just had literally just time to do it, of course you'd be able to keep it up. But when you've got other commitments, when you've got a social life, when you've got your family, when you've got jobs, let's say you've got kids, let's say you've got a girlfriend, how are you going to keep that up? You need an amount that you can consistently keep up, and that's the real message, man. That's what you can consistently keep up. You can't consistently keep it up 6-7 days a week and stay on your diet 100%. My diet's not perfect all the time, but what I do is I account for it every day. I account for it, I understand, okay, I've ate a bit too much, I may have ate a bit of shit. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to get back down into a deficit potentially, or I'm going to hit maintenance and be okay with it. And the next day I'll be in a deficit, or by the end of the week I would have hit and came back to the same point, so it didn't matter that much. And I would have burnt more off. And that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. It's not about getting to that goal as quick as you can. It's about achieving it over time and being steady. Steady results get you. Steady results literally will come. It don't just come straight away. It don't come straight away. It takes time, effort, and consistency. And if you just understand that, over time you can achieve it. You don't need to achieve it right now. You have a better mindset, and you just understand it's all part of the game. And you learn more and you get better. That's all you need. You don't need to train like a madman every day. You don't. Chatting shit is impossible to keep up on a real level. When you've got real shit going on in your life, it's impossible to keep up. As much as people say, "Oh, I'll keep it up," if you don't have any commitments, or if you haven't got that many commitments, it's quite hard. And some of you might comment, "Oh, I can do it." But on a real level, I've got amazing results by doing 3 days, 4 days a week. Mostly 3 days recently. So if you do 3 days and you're consistent, you can get amazing results. I do work out at home sometimes as well, but on a real level, you can get amazing results. That's going to be the real message in this video. I hope you got a lot of value. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.